Hello to all out there, and hope you are having a warm, not so cold December so far. So, I've been around again, just trying to get by and patiently wait for things going on. Again, because that's sort of the thing that you have to do when it comes to legal stuff. So, anyways, I've been able to spend a little. And because, again, the whole legal thing, I have to watch my funds until that's all settled. Just a word of advice: estates are not fun to deal with. And if you have somebody that you love that you're going to be giving something to, my advice: give it to them before you pass on, if that's in any way possible. It will cause far less headaches. So, with that said, I got a little box here. As I said, I was able to spend a little cash, and I got a nicely well-packed box from Tonal Tubes in Durham, North Carolina. And I was able to purchase a Tung Sol 12AX7 tube, which, as you can already venture to guess, where it's going. The orange micro dark preamp. So I will attempt to do a pre-current tube in there, which I believe is a JJ. I will show it when I again record the tube swap here. And I will attempt to perform a sound sample. Just giving a few examples of what the amps are like pre and post tube. Also, at times I will have down on the floor here the Sonacake Twiggy Blues 4-effect stomp, which again I am only using for basically the reverb and the delay / echo on it. I also have my Electro Harmonics Small Stone as well. Those will be in the effects loop. And running into the front of the amp, coming from the SG in the bridge position, will be the L-Ray FX Lucha Fuzz that will be going into the front of the amp. Now, as far as I can figure out for recording an amp, or at least recording so far, I have to turn my preamp down so it minimizes the excess noise. You probably are hearing excess noise as well, possibly from the mic itself, because I also just put new case fans in my computer case, so it's louder than normal. So I'm going to end this for now. I am going to do the tube swap, and then I'm going to record sections at various levels. I'll probably do the clean side of the amp 10, 1, and full. And the gain side of it, where it is, which is like 9, noon, and more than likely full for those gain stages. And I will, in the 2 early modes of the clean, I will maybe throw FX on, just to kind of give a little bit of a difference. So stop the video here and we will do the tube change out, and then after that I will attempt to put playing clips back to back of the before and after tube change. Okay, here we go. Alright folks, we have the micro dark. Also, while in this section, I'd like to say, if you want to see an interesting video, search out Ola England if you haven't actually have him as a sub. And he actually has a comparison video out today between the micro dark and the regular dark terror, the one that this is based off of, and it's quite interesting. So let's start the fun process of this tube swap. Here's where the fun begins of this. Because you have about 8 screws to remove. Don't understand why they need to do 8 screws, but whatever works, works. Just makes the process long and pain in the behind. So there's another 2 there. Another 2 here. And our last 2 on the ends. Also, probably not a good idea to lose these screws either. So now that we got them out enough, we can just finger roll them out of place. End ones. So I was in here previously just to have a look inside. I think there's a JJ tube. I will confirm that here when we open it up. So people are probably curious why I went with the Tung Sol 12AX7. Well, previously with my Viper Tube 60 and hearing from other tube owners, the Tung Sol 12AX7 tube was supposed to be known for a very clean tube. So if you want clearness and definition, it's probably one of your better tubes to go for versus most of the other ones out on the market. So there we have all the screws out, and again it's just a matter of simply popping the top off, and ta-da. And if you're wondering what one of these little buggers looks like, basically all it is a circuit board with a ton of circuits, effects loop, far as I know, there's not a whole lot of mods for these, other than I think somebody did one that had like a higher gain stage in it, and it's like, it's already pretty gainy. But according to Ola, there's actually comparison to the big brother. He says that this is not as gainy as the big one. So one of the cool things I noticed when I opened this tube up to check it, that's a very smart idea for them to do, is to put a little packing peanut in there to make it additionally secure. So it's a good idea. So tube's not hot. And we will just gently pull it out of place. And so we have a this is a JJ ECC JJ ECC 83S tube. In comparison to the Tung Sol, doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of difference. So let's put this back in here for now. Close it back up. And again, it's simply a matter of lining up the pins again. And again, just gently wiggling it down into place. And there we go. Simple as that. And I've also made sure to leave the dials exactly how they are. That's how the dials are on the very beginning settings of the amps. So now with that back in place, heat sink on this is a little warm to the touch, but not that bad. So let's start by getting all our screws back into place. Quite honestly, I think Orange would be smart if they did a few more lines of little amps like this. Especially if they can do it with some of their higher end solid state ones, if they can bring them down into smaller packages. It'd be like awesome. So what are we in here? 8 minutes. That's literally how long it's taken to change the tube out on this little amp. I would venture to guess it's probably about the same for the Joyo as well, if you actually had to swap out the Joyo. Joyo's preamp tube as well too. Again, to me, so far from what I can tell, the Joyo Blue Jay definitely is amazing if you want clean tones. But anything beyond that definitely is kind of eh. But if you're looking to use it as a clean platform, pedal platform to push pedals into on the effects loop and whatnot, that would be probably the amp to use. So everything back into place. So basically, for the most part, this is a 10-minute job if you ever had to replace the tube in it. Switch it out. Not that time consuming at all. I would even venture to guess in a, not that you'd use one of these in a band situation, but if you did actually use it in a band situation and it was a tube that went in it, you can see how very quickly it takes just to change out a tube, which is not that long. So basically, for the most part, new tube in, hopefully with no issues, which we will find out shortly. We'll put this back into place. And we have sound and power. So, with that said, let's go back to sound samples here, folks. Well, so there's the sound comparison. And I'd have to say, I had kind of heard speculation and rumor that the Tung Sol tube in the orange actually dropped the volume. And as you can tell, it substantially dropped the volume, like almost literally in half. Mind you, though, again, when the amp was cranked up, it definitely was more clear and defined, so that's great. But it looks like, I guess I'm going back to the JJ tube that was in it before to find until I can find another solution. Otherwise, the Tung Sol tube will stick around, because I'm sure eventually one of these days I'm gonna run into a amp that's gonna have a 12AX7 preamp. That'll want a nicer, clearer preamp to it. So, thanks for listening to my comparison video. I'll be definitely ending this, posting it up, and putting the JJ back in. Again, take care, folks, and be good to each other. And that's it. That's all, folks. Bye for now.